Okay, I'm going to show you two ways on how to do a vignetting. So on the first way, I'm sitting on my background copy layer and I'm going to use my burn tool. Burn tool is found over here. And when you burn, I'm going to burn with a very soft brush, so 0% hard. And you can get your brush up fairly big. Now, it'll only let you go up to 1,000, but it will let you type in a bigger brush. I think, no, maybe it won't let me type in a bigger brush. Yep, it did. It let me type it in. It was just a little laggy there. And now you brush in some burning, which is darkening, in your highlights, your midtones, and your shadows. You do all three. Start with your midtones. And I would say start with an exposure of about 50%. And if that's too much, then you would use a smaller exposure, and if it's too little, you would up it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tap a couple of times just all the way around. Now it is a little laggy, and of course I keep getting this pop up, but you can see how it's just darkening these corners a little bit. And so I would go all the way around my edges of my photograph in order to vignette or darken up those corners. So that's the burning method. I'm just going to pause here and then you can see it done. Okay, so that's method one. I'm going to turn that method off so that you can see method number two. So method two, let me just duplicate my background and I'll do method two on this layer instead. Okay, so I've come back onto my move tool because it was too laggy on that burn tool. So on my move tool, I'm now on my background copy that I'm creating this second time now to show you a different method. So this method, you would add an effect for brightness and contrast. And what you can do is you can darken it. So drag your brightness slider down and you're darkening the whole picture right now, but we're going to bring the center part of that picture back a little bit. And you can add some contrast too to get it, quite a bit darker. And then you use a gradient tool on the mask. So make sure that you're sitting on the mask. Go to your gradient tool. Make sure that your colors are set to black and white. So gradient tool here shows that you're black to white, and make sure that this one is set to radial. Okay, so you can choose it. Radial means circular. And then just draw a line from the center out to a corner. Now double check. You need to be over here on your mask. So lots of things to check. You're on the mask. You have black to white, gradient. It shows black to white up here, and you're on a radial. Click in the center and drag out to a corner. And when you let go, it should just brighten that up. And you have to click it, I guess, outside of it. Now you can see that my radial, I maybe went a bit too far into my corner. I'm just going to undo that in my history. And I'm just going to try it a second time. I'm going to click, I'm going to drag. I'm not going to go all the way to my corner this time. And you have to click again to stop it. And see how the center now has got that nice little shine to it and just my outside edges. So that's your second method that you can use to do vignetting.